think as human beings, everybody has a natural gift and a natural passion.
My top 3 favorite artists of all time, Tupac, Bob Marley, Marvin Gaye.
The story of Blacc Sam, Nipsey Hussle's brother, is wild. He was pulling in over $1 million a year before even hitting 20. From the rough streets of South Central LA, where every day was a battle to survive, came a story few people have truly heard. Long before Nipsey became the voice of ambition and change, another powerhouse was building something real behind the scenes. His big brother Blacc Sam wasn't just hustling, he was mastering the game. While other teens were still trying to figure out who they wanted to be, Sam had already found his lane and turned it into serious money.
I've been in a tank with 100 Bloods before. I'm from 6-0 Crip. I ain't finna call niggas slobs. Niggas will kill me. But I ain't finna, this is where I'm from, homie. You feel what I'm saying? And so, same the other way around. I've been in a dorm with 100 Crips and 2 or 3 Bloods.
The streets were buzzing with his name, but only a few really understood the level of his grind or the vision he carried deep inside. So how did he do it? What kind of mindset pushes a teenager from South Central to millionaire status before 20? Today, we're breaking it all down, uncovering Blacc Sam's untold story, his fearless street smarts, and the solid foundation he built that would later shape a $1 million empire. This isn't just a story about money. It's about vision, loyalty, and raw determination.
And niggas ain't using that terminology. They not. That's just against the laws of nature. This is self-preservation gonna prevent you from talking like that. That's what I was speaking on. But for the record, and just for the New York bangers, I respect real niggas everywhere. It's real niggas everywhere, in every city and state. You can't take that from nobody.
Born on March 4th, 1982, Samuel Asghedom, better known as Blacc Sam, lived a life powered by grit, hustle, and pure determination.
Gang culture came from out of LA. I don't mean it ain't real niggas in New York that pushing a line as Bloods and Crips. But we gotta be honest, we gotta speak honestly. We can't be political about shit that niggas dead and doing life for. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's my stance on it. But like I said, everybody get money, man. I respect Cardi.
Growing up in the heart of South Central Los Angeles with his mother Angelique Smith and father Dawit Asghedom, Sam and his younger brother Ermias, who the world would later know as Nipsey Hussle, were raised with deep pride in their heritage and strong family roots. From an early age, hard work wasn't just encouraged.
You know what I mean? She linked up with Wacko, one of a nigga I respect. He a Paru. And you know, I ain't mad at her, do your thing. My personal opinion, it's in your interest not to be public dissing gang. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to put your security at risk, because it ain't gonna be you shooting.
It was expected. The connection between Blacc Sam and Nipsey was something special. It wasn't just brotherhood, it was a shared mission. They saw how the system was stacked against them, but instead of giving in, they teamed up to rise above it. Their vision was crystal clear.
She looked good, huh?
Man, tell her again. Tell her again.
Right? No, it's your turn. You have to do it.
Telling her all week. She been killing it. She been making me look better, you know? For sure.
They wanted to break barriers, build something lasting, and inspire everyone around them to believe that real change was possible.
Nick, what's up, man?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
To this boss. Phenomenal.
While many got caught up in the chaos of street life, Sam and Nipsey were sketching out their own blueprint for success. They didn't dream of running away from their neighborhood, they dreamed of rebuilding it.
I'm a woman right here. So
To your what?
To my wife, to my girl. Happy birthday.
Living in a Crip-heavy area meant danger was everywhere, but Sam stayed focused. He refused to let the streets define him and chose instead to lead by example, showing Nipsey that power came from purpose, not violence.
I think as human beings, everybody has a natural gift and a natural passion, but then you go outside and you get influenced and you feel pressure from what's going on outside. You know, I read one time, like, would you rather be...
Blacc Sam built his name on hustle, not crime. He was the one who introduced Nipsey to the grind early on, teaching him the basics of how to work smart and think long-term. Sam showed him how to fish, and Nipsey took that lesson and ran with it, learning how to catch every fish in the lake.
At war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world.
This whole thing, we look at life like it's about what you can get from life. And I think, you know, I read something, I was like, that's not what it is. You're gonna always be
unfulfilled if you look at life like that. It's about knowing you're gonna leave one day.
Their first hustles were small but powerful. Nipsey sold snacks at school while Sam handled side gigs that kept cash flowing.
And you know, when you leave, the only way you're gonna be fulfilled is if you know you gave everything you had.
Really though,
You emptied yourself here, and you left it all.
Every little move was training for something much bigger. They had no idea that these early efforts would become the blueprint for an empire.
Here, because it's temporary and you got a moment. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man.
Now, Sam didn't just stumble into $1 million overnight. It was pure strategy and consistency. As he got older, his ambition turned into action. He didn't wait for luck or a handout. He went out there and made it happen himself.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm feeling the outfit, man. That's nice.
What's up, man? It's kind of like a mute R. Kelly movement going on right now. People are trying to get everyone to stop listening to the music, etc. Now I guys pulling the songs up the streaming. What do you think?
From washing cars and cutting grass to watering lawns and raking leaves around the neighborhood, Sam learned that honest hustle always pays off. It wasn't flashy, but it built discipline. And every dollar earned pushed him closer to independence.
Protecting your kids more than anything. That should be the movie.
Now I know that you did have a song with him, the remix song back in 2013.
With who?
With R. Kelly. I'm too short.
Nah, I didn't.
Should they? Well, that's what I read.
In an interview with DTLR Villa, Nipsey shared how much he admired Sam's mindset. He said, "Sam was always about saving money. While I was spending mine on CDs and the Source magazine, he had already saved up $1,000, and I was just 7. He was like 9 or 10 and already had a stack. I thought he was rich from a young age."
Nah. Oh, matter of fact, I did do one, but like I said, I think it's just about.
Would you be down with
protecting
pulling
your
that
kid,
from
bro.
the streaming services?
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a comment about the R. Kelly thing.
That story says it all. Even as a kid, Sam was different. He had vision, patience, and the drive to turn small moves into major wins. But the real turning point came when he spotted something huge, a new lane that would take his hustle to the next level.
That's sensitive. That's people's life. That's like abused children. That's somebody's freedom.
Yeah.
But what I will say, I'm a father. I got kids. Look after your kids. Take care of them kids. Protect them kids. You know what I mean?
Bootleg DVDs. In the early 2000s, DVDs were gold. Everybody wanted the latest movies and they wanted them cheap. That's when Blacc Sam spotted a major opportunity. He realized that if he could bring people what they wanted faster and for less.
Do you think it'd be beneficial though to just cut the music with him though? Like
I ain't got no comment on that, bro.
How's Lauren doing?
She's doing good, thanks.
Good. Glad to hear it. Are you guys gonna get married?
Shoot, man.
All right.
The whole neighborhood would line up, and that's exactly what happened. Sam turned his car into a mobile store selling DVDs straight out of the trunk. On a good day, he could pull in around $2,500, and even on slower days, he still cleared $1,500.
Right.
I mean, one thing I learned is that, you know, you deal with people as people first. You deal with a man as a man, a woman as a woman, regardless what their persona is and what their titles are.
Business was booming, word spread fast, and before long, Sam was stacking real money. His street hustle had evolved into a full-blown operation, and every sale pushed him closer to something legendary.
It's like code of humans, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You honest, you be respectful of everybody. You give what you want from people. And when people go against what your standards are, you're not a hypocrite to address it.
Then came the moment that would take his story from impressive to unbelievable.
Right.
But if you disrespectful or you untruthful, and people lie to you or disrespect you, you be a hypocrite to address it or to push back and say, homie, don't treat me like that because you're not giving that. So I think it's just about.
By the time Blacc Sam turned 18, he had earned so much from selling DVDs that he actually buried $250,000 in his mom's backyard. $250,000 just sitting underground. Can you imagine that?
Dealing with people on a fundamental human level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna get the respect. I don't care if you a street dude with 100 murders or you some, Ivy League, Princeton graduate. I'm gonna respect you as a man or a woman Off rip, I'm gonna give you 100% respect.
Every dollar came from pure determination, late nights, and non-stop grind. According to Sam, by that time, his total earnings had quietly passed $1 million, all before reaching his 20s. That kind of money wasn't coming from a fancy tech startup or family fortune. It was built from scratch, one DVD, $1, one customer at a time. His story wasn't about luck. It was about vision, hustle, and fearless entrepreneurship. But as Blacc Sam's money and reputation grew, so did the risk. Running a street-based business came with challenges he never saw coming, and before long, the pressure was on. His first real test hit hard.
Hey, the best thing I learned from a woman is just, the power of the heart. You know what I'm saying? Just to see that work in their life and how that turns out, like my grandmother.
His grind had started turning heads, not just from loyal customers, but from law enforcement too. But soon enough, they caught wind of what he was doing and swooped in, seizing some of his hard-earned money and property.
Somebody that was always kind to people, to the point where you might feel like you gotta protect her. Somebody can take advantage of her. She's very kind to people. But then I look at how her life played out. She happy. She ain't got no regrets. She walk around lighthearted and got a glow at 80.
For anyone who had built everything from scratch, that kind of loss would have been crushing. But Blacc Sam wasn't built to break, he was built to rise. Instead of letting the setback crush him, he used it as fuel, knowing that real strength isn't just about bouncing back, it's about pushing forward even stronger.
Let me see. Let me help you.
There you go.
I lock it.
That mean I'm flexible if I could do that?
Yeah, you still got it.
As business owners, started off as like a t-shirt store, evolved into a brand just based on us being...
He understood his story wasn't finished. This was just another chapter in the grind. Then came one of the wildest twists in his journey, the infamous buried cash.
Committed to this lot, committed to the brand, committed to the opportunity that we believed this lot was.
My name was given to me. I didn't make that up myself. That was given to me one of my homeboys. When it was time to like get serious about rap, that was a name that, was being thrown around at the studio. And I took it serious, you know what I mean?
What up, Sniperhood Nip? I just got here to Linwood High School. I'm finna pull up on the accomplice.
Sam thought he had everything protected, wrapping his fortune in plastic, locking it tight in a safe, and burying it deep underground. But when the time came to dig it up, he was hit with a nightmare. The money was covered in mold. All that hard work, all that saving gone in an instant. As Nipsey later recalled, Sam was devastated. He lost his mind over it. It was a painful lesson, but one that pushed Sam to think bigger, smarter, and more strategic than ever before.
Get the info. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's happening with you,
How
brother?
you feeling?
Feeling lovely.
Coach Steve?
That's right, all
Yes,
day,
sir.
every day.
Nipsey Hussle, good to meet you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Glad you came out here to check out these kids, man.
I appreciate you reaching out.
So I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
your
that's
time,
dope.
your effort. I understand you from around this area somewhat.
From like the Crenshaw district.
Yeah, that's around the corner up the street.
Yeah, I went to school on the east side. I went to school in Watts at Markham for middle school.
Yeah, great basketball players.
Yeah,
Up
most
games and
definitely.
stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Nipsey Hussle even mentioned this wild moment in his music, capturing the raw, real struggles that he and Blacc Sam faced together. The family spent hours trying to clean and blow dry those moldy bills, carefully separating each one, but many ended up tearing apart in their hands. It was heartbreaking, but it also showed just how real their hustle truly was.
I'm about to pull up on the kids and introduce myself.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Got somebody want y'all to meet.
What up? What's the deal? What's up with it? What's the deal, young bro?
Yeah,
What's up, sis? How you feeling?
Still, in classic Blacc Sam style, he didn't give up, not even close. He managed to save what he could, turning the damaged cash into money orders just to make sure no dollar went to waste. That moment said everything about him. No matter what life threw his way, he found a way to adapt and keep moving forward.
Finding yourself.
I'm good. After hearing what y'all doing, seeing y'all story, I'm inspired by it. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Being local, being from out here in LA, I relate to being in high school, coming up, chasing the dream and all that. So, I feel like what I'm doing is inspiring to y'all. That's what I'm here for. This is what we hope our music is doing, is inspiring young people to raise their bar for themselves, you know what I mean? Where you really make the difference as an athlete is where you make it at as a musician, is in the studio, in the gym.
Through all of this, Sam wasn't just building his own future, he was shaping Nipsey's too. From early on, Sam stepped into a mentor role, steering his little brother toward entrepreneurship and away from the dangers that surrounded them every day. Nipsey later said that watching Sam hustle opened his eyes to new ways of making money, ways that didn't involve getting pulled into the streets.
Where you gonna bust a sweat, you know what I mean?
Look, I came from nothing. Shoot ass in public. My business. Hard working. Knock me off Come on, man, that's what that was. Hey, my life was ugly, then I got money. Trying to curse it out, but that's not funny.
In one interview, Nipsey shared, "My big brother, that's my biggest inspiration. I grew up under a hustler, so I didn't really have a choice. I wanted to go play, but my brother would make me stay down and keep grinding. Even as a kid, he felt that drive. But as much as Sam tried to protect him, the pull of the streets was strong."
Best producer of all time. Damn, man, that's tough. I would say Timber. Damn, the most slept on artist. I gotta go. Give me a second. I'm gonna pick. I would say Mobb Deep.
By age 14, Nipsey got involved with the Rollin 60 Crips, one of LA's most known street gangs, a move that would change the path of his life forever. Most of Blacc Sam's family roots trace back to Africa, a deep connection that always reminded him where he came from.
My first car was a 1985 Cutlass with a dent in front end, all blue. My childhood celebrity crush was probably Stacey Dash and Halle Berry. The worst job I had, I used to flip wings, you know what I mean, for my stepdad at Bayou Grill. I kept the job for like 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I ain't last long. My drink at the club is either champagne or Ciroc, depending on how we feeling.
Any particular flavor of Ciroc?
Just straight Ciroc by itself.
Meanwhile, life in LA wasn't getting any easier. The Rollin 60s Crips, the gang Nipsey got involved with, had been under heavy police watch for years, especially after a high-profile case in the 1980s brought national attention to their neighborhood.
My favorite restaurant in LA is the one I used to work for 24 hours. That's the Bayou Grill. It's in Inglewood. It's like Cajun food. It's bomb.
The pressure was real, but even through all that chaos, Sam never turned his back on his brother. He kept guiding Nipsey, reminding him that their future was bigger than street life. Sam pushed him toward legal ventures, showing him there was a smarter way to win.
Favorite movie of all time, Godfather 2. It got the backstory, and then it got Michael taking over. Yeah, classic.
One that could create real change. For them, success wasn't just about getting rich or leaving Crenshaw behind.
Seattle was definitely one of my favorite cities. Seattle, Washington, they show us love every time. Every time we do a show, it's sell out. The people, the crowd, it's always turned up. I don't never have to rap. I could just go like this. They know all the words, so definitely Seattle. Favorite breakfast food is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Keep it basic. What up? I'm Nipsey Hussle, and now y'all know.
It was about investing back into the community that raised them. Their dream was to lift others up, to turn struggle into strength, and to prove that real power comes from giving back. If you're vibing with this story so far, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe. This journey is all about celebrating the grind, the lessons, and the wins that truly matter. After years of grinding, learning, and growing through every setback, Blacc Sam and Nipsey Hussle finally brought one of their biggest dreams to life. The Marathon Clothing Store, right in the heart of Crenshaw. This wasn't just any business, it was a full-blown vision. They mixed fashion, tech, and culture into something brand new. Clothing that literally came alive through innovation and purpose.
What would you say has been your biggest mistake?
My biggest mistake in music?
Anything that you feel like I could have handled that situation better, but I'm glad I went through it.
Not trusting my instincts. Sometimes, you know, I would, and not to sound sexist, but even just as a man, we so.
It was more than a store. It was a symbol of how far they'd come and how far they plan to go. Using a custom app, shoppers at the Marathon Clothing Store could unlock exclusive Nipsey Hussle releases, digital content.
Logical, and we so driven by logic and so driven by facts that sometimes we can't move without facts. But if you got trust in your gut and you got trust in your instinct, and you learn that as you grow older and you mature, that sometimes you don't need facts. You can just go off your gut and how you feel about things.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So just being confident in.
And interactive features that made every visit feel special. The store's racks were filled with shirts, hoodies, and hats proudly stamped with Crenshaw, a bold tribute to the neighborhood that shaped their hustle and their legacy. And behind all of it,
I don't need confirmation. If I feel it, I trust how I feel. I know my intentions is pure. My instincts is like connection to a higher understanding. You don't need the facts all the time. Just go off how you feel. And so I think that I've learned to listen to my gut and my instincts more and be confident in making decisions off of that.
Blacc Sam was working non-stop to bring that dream to life. The Marathon store was more than a business. It was everything they had fought for. Some people told them to open up in a richer part of LA, but Blacc Sam stood his ground. He refused to move out of Crenshaw because he wanted to prove something powerful.
Escudome and Samuel Escudome.
That success doesn't mean leaving your roots behind. He believed that if they could thrive where they started, they'd show the whole community that greatness can grow right from the block. While Nipsey became the face of the brand, Sam was the force behind the scenes, the planner, the problem solver, and the one making sure every detail was locked in.
No, wait a minute, Airman, stop. Stop, Airman. Make a film, dancing, go over there. Come out, I'll flash and stuff. Now start doing your dance. Introducing Introducing the Rockin' Brothers, Airman.
He ran the daily operations, balanced the business moves, and made sure everything flowed exactly how it should. He wasn't just the backbone, he was the architect of their success. But their journey didn't come without danger. At one point, a violent altercation at the store led to Sam's arrest, a heavy hit for someone who had built everything from nothing. Still, he didn't let it break him. Posting a $1 million bond, he came back stronger, more focused, and more determined than ever to protect what he and Nipsey had built. For Sam, the Marathon was never just a store, it was a movement, and he was ready to defend it at all costs. Blacc Sam was the driving force behind the creation of All Money and Records, the independent label he and Nipsey Hussle built from the ground up. In an industry known for taking advantage of artists, Sam wanted to flip the script. His goal was to build something real, a label where they owned everything and made their own rules. One of Sam's most underrated strengths was his financial game. He knew how to negotiate, plan, and make smart business moves. When he encouraged Nipsey to release his music independently, some thought it was risky. But to Sam, it was a power move. He understood that real success wasn't just about fame, it was about ownership. He believed that when you own your art, your voice, and your business, no one can take that away from you. For Blacc Sam, this wasn't just business, it was about legacy. He wanted to build something that would outlive them both, inspiring the next generation to create and control their own futures. His mindset was all about long-term vision, planting seeds that would grow far beyond their time, but just when it looked like everything was finally falling into place, 2019 brought heartbreak no one could have imagined. The world was shaken when Nipsey Hussle lost his life outside the Marathon clothing store, a tragedy that left the community in shock. Sam later said it felt like something out of the Twilight Zone, like the world stopped turning that day. His faith, his hope, everything was tested in an instant. But even through that unimaginable pain, Sam stood strong, determined to carry on Nipsey's dream and keep the Marathon moving forever. Blacc Sam arrived just moments after the tragedy, doing everything he could to save his brother. Losing Nipsey Hussle was an unthinkable pain, one that shook him to his core. But instead of letting it break him, it fueled a new fire inside. Sam made a promise that day. Nipsey's vision would never fade. Since then, Sam has worked nonstop to protect and honor everything his brother stood for. He's fought through legal battles, including attempts by outsiders to claim ownership of the Marathon Continues brand, something that belonged to Nipsey's legacy and community. But Sam didn't back down, not once. He made sure Nipsey's name, message, and mission stayed in the right hands where they truly belong. Beyond the business side, Sam has also taken on the role of protector for Nipsey's family, ensuring his children are supported, loved, and surrounded by the same values that built their empire: loyalty, strength, and pride. For Sam, this isn't just obligation, it's heart. Today, the Marathon Continues has grown into a worldwide movement, inspiring dreamers, hustlers, and builders everywhere. And at the center of it all stands Blacc Sam, keeping that flame alive. From a young hustler in South Central to a symbol of perseverance and leadership, Sam's story shows what happens when purpose outlasts pain. His grind, his loyalty, and his heart prove that the marathon doesn't stop, it always continues. Thanks to the unstoppable hustle, determination, and faith that Blacc Sam and Nipsey Hussle had in their community, the marathon doesn't just live on, it's stronger than ever. Their story is a reminder that when you move with vision and purpose, no loss can silence the legacy you've built. The dream they started in Crenshaw has now inspired millions around the world, and it's still running full speed. If you felt inspired by this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful behind-the-scenes stories about vision, legacy, and the real grind that changes lives. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.